Now on CoastTV News.
Salisbury police finds one man dead during a welfare check. In Pennsylvania hospital shooting, what new information authorities now know.
And we have ourselves temperatures in the 20s right now on Delmarva, but I am tracking a big warm up. We're going to say so long to the Arctic air and hello to a little taste of spring as we round out the final week of February. My full forecast is straight ahead.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Brandon Ferguson and welcome to CoastTV News at 11. Tonight we begin in Salisbury. A homicide investigation is underway after a man was found dead in Salisbury. Police say they were called to a home on Parsons Road just before 6 o'clock tonight for a welfare check. Officers found that a man was killed by apparent gunfire. Maryland State Police is leading the investigation, and Crime Stoppers plans to offer up $1,000 as a reward to information leading to an arrest in Salisbury. A police officer and gunman dead at a Pennsylvania hospital today after a shootout this morning. Maya Eaglin shows us the latest.
Today, tragedy at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center in York, Pennsylvania. Police responding to an active shooter on site. People frantically running from danger. Emergency dispatch calling for help.
Reports of an officer down as well as the shooter down inside the hospital.
Tonight, police identifying the shooter, saying he's 49-year-old Diogenes Archangel Ortiz, who entered the hospital after 10:30 this morning carrying a bag that included a handgun and zip ties. Police say he held a doctor, nurse, and custodian hostage. All three shot and injured. 3 officers also shot. 1 didn't make it. West York Borough Officer Andrew Duarte killed while responding to the scene.
This is a huge loss to our community.
While no patients were injured, officials confirming tonight the shooter was killed by authorities. His motive, unknown.
It is absolutely clear and beyond any and all doubt that the officers were justified in taking their action and using deadly force.
Governor Josh Shapiro in York tonight honoring the hospital staff and first responders he calls heroes.
I know that because of their work, lives were saved today here at UPMC Memorial. We're deeply grateful to all of law enforcement who answered the call today and ran immediately toward danger.
A traffic stop turned deadly last night after Virginia Beach police said 2 of their officers were shot and killed. Details are still limited at the moment while detectives investigate. According to Virginia Beach Police Department, they were conducting a traffic stop at 11:30 p.m. at an intersection in Green Run. It has not been said what took place, but VBPD confirmed 2 officers lost their lives and the second one passed away just this morning after being transported with serious injuries. In Milford, there's going to be road work starting this Monday. Starting this week, crews will begin test pitting on Washington Street to inspect utility depths and materials ahead of excavation work set to begin the week of March 3rd. Message boards about the work have been posted on both ends of the street. And the Milford Police Department is going green. The department recently unveiled its new electric vehicle fleet. The 3 new EVs will allow the department to reduce its carbon footprint while promoting sustainable energy solutions. They say the new fleet and new charging stations were brought with the help of a grant funding from Energize Delaware. Yesterday morning, troopers responded to a carjacking, prompting the arrest of 44-year-old Gerard Hammond. Witnesses report that Hammond approached a handicapped victim asking if he needed help with his wheelchair, then threatened him with a knife, demanding his keys. After the victim complied, Hammond drove off away in the car, and troopers recovered the vehicle nearby and arrested him at University Plaza Shopping Center. He now faces charges of first-degree robbery and possessing a deadly weapon during a felony. He is being held with a $50,000 cash bond. Struggling power customers in Delaware may get some relief through new legislation. State House members have introduced a bill that would help give financial help to those making a moderate household income. The bill would also allow more money to the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. Anyone who gets help would also be required to participate in an energy savings and efficiency programs, and the bill has been assigned to the House Natural Resources and Energy Committee in Delaware. Now to Rehoboth Beach. Commissioners signed off yesterday on a 3-year deal with the city's police union. The agreement bumps up starting salaries and fully covers health insurances for officers, plus 80% for their families. Police Chief Keith Banks says the changes will help the city stay competitive and attract new officers. This takes effect April 1st. In Milton, the town will hold its municipal election 1 week from today on March 1st from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Milton Fire Department. Mayor and 2 town council seats are up for grabs. Next Saturday, we will have coverage and an in-depth look at all of the candidates. The Ocean City Police are warning locals about a scam post on Facebook circulating in local Facebook groups that falsely claims an unknown child was dumped by the roadside. OC Police confirmed that this report is fake and to look out for key red flags in fake posts, including typos and location names, inconsistent fonts and spacing, disabled comments, and the profile lacking genuine local content. Always verify alarming posts with law enforcement. Staying in Ocean City, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers are expected to begin dredging in Ocean City this week. This dredging is necessary to maintain access for larger vessels. The current plan is to focus on the intersection of the inlet and Isle of Wight channels. When boating in that area, be mindful of your wake while traveling near the work site. We now take a live look into Dover. We're going to bring in our first alert meteorologist, Chris Mastrobono. And Chris, a quite chilly day out today.
Yeah, it was chilly out there today, but we are going to be gradually warming here in the days ahead, and it's been a chilly stretch to say the least. Really, we only seen 2 above average days here over the last 14. You can see very cold here. We were very cold this week in the 20s on Wednesday and Thursday, but we are going to see a complete reversal as we go into the really the final week of February. Hard to believe this month blew by. 42 was our high in Georgetown. We saw 40 Salisbury, 39 in Cambridge. So it was chillier along the coastal areas due in part to that wind coming off the water there, but we are pretty dry out there right now. Disturbance passing to our south, just bringing a few high clouds in, but high pressure is going to be building in here, and we are going to see some seasonable temperatures here tomorrow. Really a gorgeous Sunday on tap with mostly sunny skies, and then we're going to bump those temperatures into the 50s as we roll into Monday, and it gets even better Tuesday into Wednesday. Well, we're going to be in the lower 60s. It's going to feel very nice, and the good news is we stay precipitation free at least through Thursday, and then we deal with a cold front, but that will be in the form of rain as it's going to be quite mild through the week. Now, as we go into tomorrow, we start off a bit on the chilly side. Temperatures not falling off all that much due in part to the southerly wind. Temperatures topping out in the mid to upper 40s. So it's going to feel pretty good out there, and it's going to feel even better in the days ahead. We'll talk more about that and when we will see those precipitation chances roll back into the fold coming up in that full 7-day forecast here in a little bit.
Thank you, Chris. And it was a good day to get out of the cold and into the Wicomico Civic Center for this year's Better Living Expo. The home show put on by the Optimist Club of Salisbury features area businesses and artists, including builders and firearm trainers, to fine arts and crafts. Organizers tell us this event is a community staple being put on since the early 60s. This is the Optimist Club's biggest fundraiser of the year, with money going right back towards the community.
The things that we use our money on is scholarships for the high school seniors. So we do every high school in Wicomico County, including Del Mar, and we get one senior from each high school gets a $1,500 scholarship. Also lots of youth programs. So we support a lot of youth sports.
Today's event wrapped up at 6 o'clock, but the Better Living Expo continues tomorrow from 11 to 4 at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center in Salisbury.
Well, temperatures tonight are going to be bottoming out, upper 20s to lower 30s at the coast. I got good news for you if you're tired of the bone-chilling cold that we experienced this week in the snow and ice. There is no snow and ice in the forecast next week. We'll talk all about that coming up next.
Hamas releases 6 hostages in its latest exchange and President Trump's latest reaction. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the Coast TV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is perfect cook technology for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system, all for just $39.99. Ordered now.
Coming up, Oscar winner Halle Berry. She's opening up about her long search for love.
We have a right to say, oh God, this was a mistake. Let me start again.
Monday at noon on Coast TV.
Hamas released 6 hostages today in the latest exchange with Israel. These are the last living hostages to be released under the terms of Phase 1 of the ceasefire agreement, but there are still hostages being held, including 1 American. Those hostages would be released under Phase 2, but those exact terms still need to be negotiated, and it's uncertain when that would happen. Jen Sullivan shows us the latest.
Tal Shoham smiling and waving, now a free man after being held captive by Hamas for 505 days. Crowds erupting into cheers. His family watching his release on a screen. Shoham, now 40, was 38 when he was kidnapped by Hamas. He's one of 6 hostages Hamas released Saturday, the last living hostages to be released in the first phase of the Gaza ceasefire deal, in exchange for more than 600 Palestinian prisoners and detainees.
Both sides really had a vested interest in this working.
Family members running to released hostage Omar Shem Tov, emotionally hugging. Of the 6 men released Saturday, 2 of them had been held captive by Hamas for about a decade. Their families celebrating. In Tel Aviv, crowds watching the broadcast of hostages turned over to the Red Cross. But there are still more hostages waiting to be released, like Idan Alexander, the last American hostage alive.
I'm just hoping that he's staying strong and surviving, and his day will come.
Alexander's release would be part of Phase 2, but there's uncertainty on whether that phase will actually happen. One Israeli journalist says a lot depends on the Trump administration's influence to uphold the deal.
They must be ready to use their leverage and to put pressure on Netanyahu.
I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
The exact conditions of the hostages are unknown, and Israeli military officials say they are being checked by medical teams. President Donald Trump spoke today about the hostages being released by Hamas.
Hey, it's disgraceful what's going on there. They're not in great shape, but we've also seen them in worse shape. But the hostages, the 6 hostages, were delivered by Hamas.
Trump plans to talk tonight again at the Conservative Political Action Conference tonight. Staying in politics, the country's highest-ranking military officer was terminated from his position yesterday. Joint of Chiefs of Staff Chairman C.Q. Brown Jr.'s dismissal comes amid a wave of Trump administration shakeups. The administration also plans to fire the Chief of Naval Operations and the Air Force Vice Chief of Staff. Delaware Senator Chris Coons released a statement today about these firings, saying in part, these firings are, quote, a serious challenge to everyone who cares about protecting this country against the increasingly dangerous and destabilized world that Trump himself is making worse, unquote. New York City is suing the Trump administration after it recently took back $80 million from the city's bank accounts. In a lawsuit filing yesterday, the city says the funds were supposed to help pay migrant services. It said FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, gave the city money in early February, but the lawsuit claims the money was taken back for political reasons. The city says the agency illegally seized the money without notice or due process because of political opposition to FEMA's Shelter and Services program.
Well, we are going to be looking pretty nice come tomorrow morning. If you're heading out for breakfast or brunch, it's going to be plenty sunny and temperatures rising from the mid to upper 30s into the lower 40s, eventually topping out in the upper 40s. And it gets even warmer from here on out. We'll talk all about it coming up in my full First Alert forecast when CoastTV News at 11 comes right back.
Be a part of the ultimate outdoor experience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. Join us Friday, April 25th from 3 to 8 and Saturday, April 26th from 10 to 4 at the Delaware State Fairgrounds in Harrington. Showcase your products and services to thousands of potential customers. Increase your brand awareness and reach a large audience at the DSN Outdoors Expo. For more information and to apply as a vendor today, visit WBOCEvents.com.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit GetMonkeyMagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
This is the revolutionary socket fan by Bell & Howell. The amazing 2-in-1 ceiling fan and light. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can hang the socket fan light. Socket fan comes with this handy remote. You can control the light and the breeze that you need. Socket fan fits any standard light socket. You can do it yourself in less than 10 seconds.
And now, the socket fan lights with deep socket extender is yours for $49.95 with free shipping. Order now, and you can get a second fan for 50% off.
Get cool fast with socket fan.
Well, after dealing with single-digit wind chills this week, some snow, ice, and bitterly cold air, we're going to be getting a treat this week as far as the temperatures are concerned, going back up into the 60s. Right now, we're holding at 34 in Ocean City. Winds are out of the southwest about 9 miles an hour. 29 in Georgetown. We're at 28 Salisbury, 30 Milton, 32 Bethany, and 32 in Rehoboth Beach. Now, we're beginning to see that flow out of the southwest, and that's really going to allow for that milder air to kick in. It's also going to allow for temperatures tonight not to bottom out to where we were at last night. We fell to 19, saw a high of 42 today, the average 49. You see the record 72 set back in 1997. So we are free of any precipitation at this hour. We had a weak disturbance pass us to the south. You can see some shower activity across the Outer Banks. That has spread some higher clouds. Got some lake effect snow to the north. Pretty dry and clear back off to the west as high pressure builds in, and that's going to allow for some seasonable temperatures to roll back in. Average high this time of year 49. We're going to be right on point tomorrow, and then the real surge begins as we start next week. We're going to be in the 50s and 60s as we round out the month of February. Well, yes, hard to believe we are still in a drought. We have moderate drought, no more extreme drought, but we do have portions of northeastern Sussex that are still in a severe drought. We're kind of chipping away at this, and you can see across South Jersey, they're still in an extreme drought. We've seen such a deficit entering this year that it's going to take more of a pattern change to get us completely out of it. So we're kind of just chipping away at it. And you can see, according to the Climate Prediction Center here, over the next 3 months, we're going to have equal chances of seeing above or below normal precipitation. So we'll have to keep a close eye on that as we roll along here to round out winter. 28 overnight, partly cloudy skies, so not as cold as last night. Tomorrow, those seasonable temperatures, it's going to be a beautiful afternoon. 46 in Cambridge, we'll see 46 Denton, 48 Salisbury, a bit cooler there along the bay, 41 with that wind coming off the bay, 46 in Chickateague, and 48 in Ocean City. So clear skies tomorrow afternoon. We'll see another weak disturbance pass through tomorrow night, bringing some cloud cover. That's really just about it. And the sunshine comes right back on Monday, and we're going to be in the lower 50s, and then it gets even better after that. We're up to 62 on Tuesday, and we're going to hover right around the upper 50s to lower 60s into Thursday. And there's the setup through midweek. We have high high pressure to our south, those southwesterly winds, but that front's going to be pushing through Thursday night. Not a whole lot of moisture, at least initially right now, the way it looks, but that will usher in brief cooler air as we push towards the end of the week. But no signs of any Arctic air in this 7-day forecast. We're at 58 on Wednesday. There's that shower chance late in the day on Thursday. Behind the front, still a little bit above average. We're in the lower 50s next Friday and Saturday.
Thank you, Chris. Worcester County is putting a pause on shellfish harvesting in Ocean Pines. 200 gallons of sewage has been infested at the water of Manklin Creek. Worcester County Public Works crews identified and repaired a 10-inch sewer main break near the corner of Ocean Parkway and Cathville Road in Ocean Pines. After contacting the Maryland Department of Environment, Manklin Creek has now been on a temporary pause for shellfish harvesting. According to the county, the closure will remain in effect until March 1st. Diddy's lawyer quits, another turn in the case just months before the trial. That's up next on Coast TV News at 11.
At Macy's President's Day sale, make your home more you with up to 60% off furniture and mattresses, like our exclusive Radley sectional $21.99. Plus, our best financing of the year is available today at Macy's.
Why is Rich so good? So annoying.
Buttery, salty show-offs.
I love them. Is that a smile?
This is a salty club.
Salty. You're gonna get us kicked out.
So?
That's better.
Loved by everyone, even the saltiest.
Hey, bath guy, do you do roofs? Nope. Do you do lawns? Negatory. Do you do windows and siding? Not a chance.
At Peninsula Bath, we're your local pros for bathroom remodeling, and that's it. Top quality, customer focused, and competitively priced. Ask about our free shower door upgrade and our neediest bathroom contest.
Hey, Dad, can you take out the trash?
No, son, not a chance.
Peninsula Bath.
The 9th Annual Ocean City Film Festival is March 6th through the 9th. Enjoy 100 independent films and party with the stars. Help us welcome 2 local award-winning filmmakers, John Chester and Erica Messer. They'll be on stage at the OC Performing Arts Center commentating on their film, The Biggest Little Fawn. Tickets start at just $20. Make it a weekend and stay at the beach starting at only $59 per night. Get your passes at OCMDFilmFestival.com.
Are you having trouble hearing your TV or listening to conversations in loud spaces? Then it might be time to consider Nano hearing aids. Nanos are FDA-registered OTC hearing aids. Don't be fooled by overpriced hearing aids. Prescription hearing aids could cost $3,000 or more. Nano hearing aids are now offering $100 off through this special TV offer. Call now and get 2 CIC rechargeable hearing aids for only $297. And if you're not happy, return them for a full refund.
One of Sean Diddy Combs' lawyers wants to step down from the music mogul's defense team ahead of the trial. Anthony Ricco filed a motion in New York federal court yesterday. The lawyer said, quote, "Under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs," unquote. Ricco did not explain what led to his decision, but cited attorney-client privilege in the filing. A judge would need to grant Ricco's motion to leave the case. Combs would still have to has 5 other attorneys defending him if Ricco leaves. Combs has pleaded not guilty to federal charges, and his trial is scheduled for May 5th. In your health news, the nationwide Ozempic shortage is over. Yesterday, the Food and Drug Administration said there is no longer a short supply of the weight loss and diabetes drugs, Wegovy and Ozempic. An increased demand has led to a shortage since 2022. In a statement, the drug maker Novo Nordisk said it's now meeting or exceeding current and projected nationwide demand. The company also warned about knockoff versions of the drugs. When drugs are in short supply, there is a law allowing compounding pharmacies to step in and fill supply gaps. Inflation is on the rise and Americans are growing concerned. According to a new survey, consumer sentiment dropped in February. The findings showed it is down 10% from January. A CNN poll released Thursday also showed 62% of American adults say President Trump isn't properly dealing with inflation. The administration has unveiled 10% tariffs on products from China and 25% on all aluminum and steel imports. Back on Delmarva, Milton's short-term rentals is something the Planning and Zoning Commission have been taking a closer look at regulating. This comes after concerns from both locals and town leadership alike. Coast TV News reporter Zacchaea Jennings shows us the newest regulations that could be brought in front of Town Council next month.
Short-term rentals throughout historic Milton. These were up for discussion on Tuesday at Milton's Planning and Zoning meeting. Rental owner Alex Delmar went to Tuesday's meeting and felt relieved by some of what she heard.
I was hearing that they are trying to be very careful to consider all parties and all the options.
Delmar took a look at the proposed revisions. She feels it could work out for everyone.
I do think that the Good Neighbor document can only help. It will get landlords and their short-term tenants on the same page and let people know what's expected of them in this area to be a good neighbor.
Part of being a good neighbor in Milton means being mindful of noise, something Delmar says hasn't been a problem at her rental.
I explained who's been coming into my short-term rental, which is bird watchers and relatives of people who live in Milton and people who are going to the theater, but mostly quiet people.
These proposed recommendations will likely be brought up in front of the Town Council at their next Town Council meeting in March. In Milton, I'm Zacchaea Jennings, Coast TV News.
We now take a live look into Ocean City, and after the break here on Coast TV News at 11, we have a final check on your forecast.
Are you looking to transform your mobile home? Choosing a company that doesn't know the difference between a manufactured and a stick-built home can lead to major repairs in the future. At Delaware Mobile Home Repair, we work exclusively with manufactured homes. So whether you need your bathroom remodeled, new roofing, siding, or any other restoration or renovation on your mobile home, the team at Delaware Mobile Home Repair will get the job done right. Visit our website today and start your free estimate with Delaware Mobile Home Repair.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays, anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go, with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
Flashing lights. See them, and you know to go slow. Now we put that same technology in the palm of your hand with Lizard Flare. It's the high-tech safety flare with no flame. Lizard Flare uses 15 high-intensity LED strobes that can be seen nearly a mile away, and a powerful magnet that sticks to your car without exiting the vehicle. Look, flares are dangerous, but Lizard Flare won't let you down. A dead battery, an empty gas tank. With Lizard Flare, help is on the way. Lizard Flare Pro has an ultra-bright flashlight too.
Get your Lizard Flare for only $9.99, but wait, Lizard Flare may be discontinued. Due to rising costs, Lizard Flare is stopping manufacturing effective immediately. There is a strict limit of 2 vehicle packs per order. Call now.
This may be your last chance, so call 1-800-604-4696. That's 1-800-604-4696 or visit lizardflare.com now.
In Dewey Beach, the Muir Institute rescued this seal yesterday. He's a 1-year-old harp seal. Muir says he showed some signs of a possible infection and was taken in for treatment and rehab. Muir reminds people if you see a seal on the beach, stay 150 feet away from it and call the Institute. Rough week? Cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up for free now at coasttv.com/sign up and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox each Friday.
And we're going to round out our weekend on a high note. Mostly sunny skies, 48 degrees, and it gets even better into Monday, 54. You can get your latest forecast by dialing our First Alert weather phone, sponsored by Brockstead Mandalas Federico. And it gets even better into Tuesday. Look at this, 62 degrees, 58 on Wednesday. Cold front comes through Thursday, not really dropping a whole lot behind the front. We stay relatively above average throughout most of that 10-day forecast, and no signs of any snow or ice in that 10-day as well.
Thank you, Chris. Starting to warm up. We like that. Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Saturday Night Live starts right now. Have a great night.